I would say I've been through so many deaths in the last, 30 years that it's hard to keep track of them all. I've been through so many cycles of believing I've reached something, thinking I've found my truth or my path, only to find out that it was taking me into my next death cycle. And that you perhaps all of us are like this. We look back 3 to 5 years ago, let alone 15 years ago, and we laugh at remembering the hubris or the belief that we knew it was coming or the belief that we were in control of something, because our lives are such winding paths of hard left turns, high right turns, dead ends, redirects, and ultimately those moments of potent death and dying are frequent throughout a lifetime, I believe. And for me, my first really significant one, I think it happened when I was about 18, 19. That was around, my first relationship, had a girlfriend, first time, broke my heart, and only as dramatic as an 18-year-old kid can be, I was like, I need to take a year off from college to like integrate this new experience of all this pain and confusion and discomfort. And in some ways, my compass was just spinning at that point of like, how did I get myself into that situation? How did I not see that coming? How am I that blind to reality? And so I remember that feeling then, and the moment I stopped and did a tearful, deep inquiry out to the cosmos of like, what the hell just happened? The speed at which the answer was there in front of me was just kind of incredible, and it was beautiful to see myself through the wound. I got to see myself for a moment through the lens of somebody else, and that one gift of just being able to look in the mirror of the cosmos. And at that moment I was, laying on my back, staring up into the stars in Colorado, where I was born and raised. And Colorado is famous for being one of the higher altitude states in North America. And so you're in these incredible spaces with extremely dry air of Colorado. You get incredible starscapes. And so that Milky Way galaxy staring back down into you, if you're willing to let that see you, you will be reoriented very quickly. And I think this used to be the traditional, methodology of humans. We slept under those stars every night, and we didn't sleep under dense roofs and layers of off-gassing drywall and insulation and metal roofs and everything else. We slept under the stars for hundreds of thousands of years. And so there was a nightly reorientation to who am I. But I think honestly, each of us can go through a litany of these rebirth moments in our lifetime. And if we tune in to that rebirth energy, I think we get to see it happen more and more frequently. It's a lot like starting to acknowledge that everything in the universe is a miracle. Einstein's perspective, either nothing's a miracle or everything's a miracle. You can't have it in between. And so if absolutely everything is a miracle in your life, including your current heartbreaks, your traumas, your insecurities, your scarcity, if everything is a miracle, in the same way, is everything welcoming you back into this abundant nature? Is everything, pushing you back into the beauty? And the more you recognize the miracle, the more often the miracle will come. The more often you realize that you're rebirthing every moment, the faster you'll benefit from that rebirth, and the quicker you'll transform. Yeah, I think if you look at nature as a whole, you see an iterative process. It's iterating all the time, and the only thing we can be absolutely sure of is nothing will be the same tomorrow.
That's true.
And if we really become comfortable with that, we'll stop doing what we call heartbreak. Heartbreak, actually, in my recent experience with this topic, I would say that heartbreak is probably one of the most misunderstood things in my life and perhaps in human existence. We keep attributing this sensation that we have when we go through heartbreak to our heart, as if we can break the thing. My current perspective, having come out of my heart space after 15 years of trying to build a world there, I've realized you can't break that heart thing. That heart thing is actually something that is not in the frequency of human emotions. It's a structure function within the space-time geometry of a human body that's imperturbable. You can't change it. That thing is a torrent of energy coming from source to everything that's been created. And you've been given 5 senses to see everything that's been created and to feel that and to touch that. And for that, this torrent of energy that we would call love, or, authentic, unconditional love, is flowing out into the universe through a human being. You can't break that thing. That's indelible. It's permanent in its structure function, because it's something about the fabric of the universe. I believe what we're experiencing when we have heartbreak is actually the crashing or destruction of expectations, and that's all. And that's helped me a lot to realize, A, to process through it much faster, and B, instead of looking at it as if somebody broke my heart or something broke my heart, of like, oh, what were the expectations that I had that just evaporated? Oh, I thought that nothing was going to change. And that's stupid, because everything changes. And so, Zach, get the heck over your drama and retune in. Everything's changing all the time, and you're blessed to take another breath today as a human being. And so take that breath, accept the miracles that are flowing in every day, and that's a rebirth process immediately.